He is a Rotarian in good standing from the Rotary Club of Mukono. He served as a district governor for District 9211. 9200. That's how far we've come. It hadn't even come to that level. Has served as a Rotary International training leader at the International Assembly. He is and has been a representative on the Council of Legislation and District Rotary Foundation Committee Chair. He was recently appointed the Health Major Gifts Initiative Advisor for the years 2023 to 2026. I think we can clap for that. In District 9213, he's serving as a District International Services Committee Chair. He is the board member and board chairman for the Rotary Cancer Program Uganda. He is the patron and founding chairman of the Rotary Family Health Days, which has since been replicated in over 10 countries, at least on this continent. Even without his legal advisor, he accepted and allowed us to say he's happily married with children, a statement that normally is not allowed to speak about unless that person has said so. This gentleman is a businessman with interest in microfinance and motor trading. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming past District Governor Stephen Mwanje. And he's going to speak about leading volunteers.
Thank you very much, my friend. Ismail Mukasa. I'm happy to be here from a very remote club of Mukono, but I'm also honorary member of the club of Kisugu Victoria View, and therefore I belong here as well. I recognize the president. I recognize all the leaders we have in this room, the past governors, sitting governor, incoming governors.
Sorry to interrupt.
In a special way, I recognize my very special assistant governor, Andrew Kavirao. That guy is past the secretary. That guy is a very special friend because he's a very good leader. He's giving support to KVV and simple amazing. Thank you, Andrew. Happy to see you here. I was invited to talk about leading volunteers, and I opted to do it online from home. But trust DGE Mwanje with these witch doctors from Masaka. All my systems jammed. And so I said, what do? I had to drive here. So I'm glad I'm here. I would have missed this good company here. Now, friends, leading volunteers is a very interesting topic, very close to my heart, because I've been experiencing this over the very many years. And I found this to be a very big challenge, especially amongst the clubs. First of all, leadership itself is a big topic. So what's leadership? Many people mistake leadership and management. The two are not the same, though they may be related. Different from other types of leadership. And thereafter, we shall share what I think from my personal experience needs to stick out if you want to become a successful leader of volunteers. My brothers. So what's the leadership? Who is a leader? How does leadership differ from management? And how does leadership of volunteers differ from other forms of leadership? There are many definitions of leadership. But personally, the one I found very interesting, and I wish I normally apply, is one that says that the leadership is the art of telling someone to go to hell and actually feels like he wants to go there. But there are as many definitions as the authors on leadership. Our past area president, Royce Ebe, one time defined leadership as the capacity and the will to rally men and women to a common purpose and the character which will inspire confidence. But like I said, there are very many definitions. To me, from my personal experience, everything rises and falls on leadership. I've gone to clubs that I've seen going to the skies in 1 year. They can win trophies at conferences and others. And I've gone back to the same club exactly 1 year later and found the club exactly 7 feet under. Similarly, I've gone to clubs that are known to be literally dead on the deathbed. And within 2 years, the clubs are flying all over. Looking backwards, what's the difference? Leadership. And so there's no strong or weak club anywhere in the world. All we have are strong and weak leaders. And I want to share with you in these 15 minutes what I think defines a strong leader. Because all of us here are leaders. Leaders can be community leaders, can be church leaders. But our focus this morning is going to be on leaders of volunteers and therefore leaders of Rotary. At committee level, at club level, at district level, at RI level. One thing I've come to learn about effective leaders is that these leaders are normally able to create an inspiring vision for the future. They paint a picture for their team and tell their team, we want to go that far. And that picture itself is very inspiring. They do motivate and inspire the people so that they are able to engage in that vision. They manage the delivery of the vision. But equally important, those leaders are available to coach and build teams so that those teams are more effective in achieving the vision. Is it my technology? Is it Bwana Kivumbi? Masakawishi doctors. Friends, no one is a leader until your appointment is ratified in the minds and hearts of the people you lead. I want you all to think about this statement very carefully. Think through it. Leadership is not about you. Leadership is about the people you lead. All of you here and all of you online have been appointed in some position somewhere. Either committee chair, a club president, even a district governor. But that is a position, that is a title. That does not make you in any way a leader. You become a leader by using that position to inspire the team you lead. It's your actions, it's your behavior. At the end of your year of service, the people you lead will tell us whether you are a leader or not. Or they will still remain a president or AG. Do you see the difference? So titles and positions don't make someone a leader. In other words, you can be a club president and run for a year. But by the end of the year in that club, there could be somebody who sits in a corner at the back there who actually is leader in that club. That's the person who makes a comment and the whole club will follow. You bring a proposal, nobody wants to go along with you. You remain alone. So yes, you're a president, but you are not a leader. So no one is a leader until your election, that position, is ratified in the minds and hearts of the people that you lead. Now, Masakamen, better leave my presentation alone. Yes. So those people believe that titles give them position, give them leadership, are called the positional leaders. Positional leaders feed on politics. They focus on control instead of contribution. These are guys who every day remind us, don't you know I'm your president? If you ever make that mistake, then you are a positional leader. It's like your father comes home every day and reminds me and says, don't you know I'm your father? If you do that 4 times at your home, next time your sons or daughters will challenge you and to go for a DNA. Because it means you're not so sure. You don't have to tell me whether you're my father or not. You just have to act like a father. Pay my school fees, buy my food, and that's all. I know you're my father. Similarly, that's what we need to do as leaders. Don't focus on positions. Don't control. It's managers who control. Because I've got positions. When you become a leader, you're after inspiring your team. Leaders don't work at control. Leaders work on influencing others. Leaders use influence, not power of positions. It's not titles that make man. Rather, it's man that honors titles. So don't start fighting for positions. When you get in a position, act and fit that position. You've seen guys here, pastors every day, and then you see the story they read. You've seen our honorable members of parliament. Excuse me, I'll not mention the scandals. So you bring honor to your office, not the other way around. Don't wait to become a club president and then say, by the way, I'm the president. Don't tell me you're the president. Act like the president. Lead from the front. Lead by example. Inspire others. Talk well to people. But don't remind us about your titles. There are basically few essential qualities of a good leader. But always remember that you must be sincere. No one would want to work with you if they find question marks about your integrity. That's not about leadership. Even beyond Rotary, even if it's the community. You've lost it all. Number 2, you must have a sense of purpose and persistence. In other words, you don't just have to know where you are going. You must also know why and how you'll get there. Your team is waiting to listen to this story. You must always have the right attitude. Encourage your people on. Be positive. You must be enthusiastic. Enthusiasm is contagious. When you stand up to sell an idea to people, sell with enough energy, and then they are going to follow you. That's leadership. Don't sit back like you are dozing, something has been forced on you. Then you are going to lose the plot. Equally important is the need to have emotional intelligence. You must know what to do, what to say and not to say. You must take time to think through. God gave us 2 ears and 1 set of mouth. Not by accident. Because we need to listen for twice as much as you're talking. Emotional intelligence also requires that we learn to put our head in the fridge. You don't have to respond to every annoying email or WhatsApp message. Sometimes even silence is communication. Emotional intelligence means you pick information, decipher through it, think through a response, and then take your time to respond. I know leaders, of course, by definition now they are not leaders. People who believe in taking on others. I'm going to do this, you know. I'll blast him. And they are so proud of blasting other people. I know people make mistakes, but who doesn't? Even you make mistakes. So emotional intelligence means please keep your calm. Be in charge of your emotions. If you are angry, don't write an email. Cool down. Similarly, don't write an email if you're excited. Okay. In leadership, we say that you can like people you don't lead, but you can never lead the people you don't like. There's no way 100% of the people you are leading will like you, no matter how good you are. Even Jesus was murdered. There's no way. But once you become a leader, this is a very challenging statement. It's incumbent on you to like everybody that you are leading, regardless of whether he or she likes you or not. Some people don't like you for no good reason. But that's not your problem. That man talks a lot, that man is too short, his eyes are too big. That's not your problem. Yes. Haven't you heard statements like, I don't like that girl? What? I just don't like her. It's very common. Someone just doesn't like your looks. Simple. Some people even hate you for your tribe. Can you imagine? Those things happen. Very unfortunate. When you become a leader, you must like everybody you lead. You must become likable. You must create an environment where everybody is happy to work with you, and therefore you're able to get feedback from them about why things aren't going on so well. The moment you start disliking some people, you are soon becoming a hater. And a hater can never be a good leader. The trouble with being a hater is that you are giving a plot as part of brain to somebody to occupy permanently. You go home to sleep, you can't sleep because you are thinking so badly about so and so. Yet the person you are thinking about is busy sleeping and having sweet dreams. So even if somebody doesn't like you, you must like them to avoid the trap of getting into a hate trap. You have to like everybody regardless of whether they like you or not. Otherwise, you can't lead them. And when somebody realizes that you don't like them, they will keep away. When you become a leader, you need everybody. One of the mistakes we do is to look for perfection in people. Nobody in this world is perfect. So to begin with, even yourself. So to expect perfection from others is terrible. When we become leaders, therefore, our responsibility is to create an environment and look for lenses that can only see the good in people. And then ignore the bad if you can't work on it. That's why, like I said in the beginning, you go to a club this year, it's up in the skies. You go to the same club a year later, and it's sinking. Because one leader had lenses, they were seeing the good in everybody. So everybody was contributing. The next leader only picks a few that he thinks can contribute. This you can even find in social clubs. There are guys you sit with, and all they are doing is tell you how so and so is bad. Then they talk about this one and that one and that one and that one, and then you start wondering, you mean these guys have nothing good about them? Or you mean you yourself have got nothing bad about you? If a person is talking ill about everybody else, be very careful. Be sure that even if you went away, you are the next on the agenda. And so when you become a leader, avoid negative talk. Avoid pulling down people. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him or her power. That's why I said people come to you and start reminding you, I'm your club president. So those positions now go into their heads. And once that happens, then they lose the plot to lead. Avoid the temptation, my friends, who have been given these positions by our leaders here, to have this thing go into your head. Let the people you lead be very proud of you to introduce you as our country chair. We are to say. Don't remind them, by the way, I'm the country chair, you know? Don't. Equally important, when you move into leadership positions, learn that leaders become great not because of their power, not at all, but because of the ability to empower others. When you become a leader, it's your responsibility to identify other people, to grow up to your position, and better still, even serve above you. Serve better than you. So it's your responsibility to empower others through mentorship, through empowerment. I want you gentlemen to sit 10 years from today and have your list. I say that person is this because that person is this because I empowered him or her into that. And I said this with pride. When I became governor nominee designate in 2008, I called 5 friends. Then, not my friends, but there were 5 high-flying leaders I had identified. Emmanuel Katongole, Wagon Sibirwa, Harish Bat, Jita Manek, Teshome Kebede. Others became my country chairs there. These became my leaders here. Conference chair and secretary. And all the 5 became governors within 5 years. By 2016, all those 5 and many others flew above me. Jita became even a trustee of the foundation. Of the 32 people I carried with me to Mombasa for my DTTS, 17 as I speak now have got a governor title on their names. Because you're going away. Support other people and sit back. Regardless. It's your responsibility. It's not about you. It's about the people you lead. It's about the support of others. Half the harm in this world is done by people who want to feel important, and that's your problem. That I don't mean any harm, because they're ignorant of what they are doing. But they are so much absorbed in the endless struggle to think well of themselves. My brothers and sisters, avoid that temptation. People resent it. By the way, nobody in this world is stupid. The people you are leading are watching you. You know? Sometimes we change when we get to positions. We even change the way we walk. We change the way we talk. Yes. We are doing harm. We are doing harm. And I always want to sum up using this, the bee and the fly story. You all know honeybees. A honeybee will fly Even in the middle of garbage, cheat. Identify flower that needs pollen and land on it. Do its work and fly back. On the other hand, the fly would go over very nice gardens of rose and other flowers, busy searching for something sticky. You got your house and clean your house very well, and you have got guests, and a fly is going to embarrass you. You to fly in and find something in a corner that the maid forgot to remove. To me, these are the mindsets of leaders, and the choice is yours. In other words, the fly is only looking for mistakes in the people. If you've got a club of 60 people, and all you are doing is to find a fault with each and every member of your club, the honeybee in the same club will be busy looking for the good things in each and every person. Don't therefore be surprised to find that the performance of the same team differs when it comes to one leader who is like a bee and another who is like a fly. My appeal to you here, friends, let us all be as good as the bees. My final remark here, and I touched on this earlier on, we must watch our tongue. The tongue has no bones. You can feel yours. But strong enough to break a heart. The things we speak about other people, they normally go around and get to them. It's painful, it's hurting. When you become leaders, be mindful of what you have to say. If you never have anything positive to speak about someone, don't say anything. And if that person is your friend, instead speak to him or her and not behind their back. This tongue can kill. The word can kill relationships forever. Be careful what we say about people. From my time as the president of Mukono to the time I was the governor of District 9200, I had one prayer I would say every morning, which I want to share with you here. I would say, oh Lord, let me be a little kinder. Let me be a little blinder to the faults of others. Let me praise a little more. Thank you for listening.
Wow. That presentation deserves a bigger standing ovation and a bigger hand clap